In my last episode, we arrived in Coldharbour and met up with Cadwell, which was a surprise to see him here. He told us to go and check out the Hollow City, which is just down the way from where we arrived. Reaching the Hollow City, we meet the ghostly form of the groundskeeper. She disappears, and then once we get to the Hollow City, we actually meet her corporeal form. And she tells us the story of the Hollow City. Malagbal had attacked the city when it was on Nirn and went by a different name because he and Meridia are enemies. But Meridia saw an opportunity and warded the city, protecting it, and pushed it into Coldharbour to create a thorn in Malagbal's side. The people of the city, though, were scattered throughout Coldharbour, much the same as the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild were when Nimonia arrived to Coldharbour. So she told us that we needed to go and find our fellow members of the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild, and in doing so, if we also find the lights of Meridia, it'll give us extra power, and they also will be near the scattered people that will help us to restore the Hollow City to its past glory and put another thorn into Malagbal's side for when we actually go up against him later on. So today, we're going in search of King Laloriaran Dynar, who is an Ayleid king being kept prisoner. We must rescue him, and hopefully we'll find some more members of the Fighters or the Mages Guild on our way. Coming to the Library of Dusk Way Shrine, we head just a bit more northwest and we find a rather large campsite with a couple of tents and a campfire. Someone left behind a pack. Let's search it and see what we can discover as to who was here. This pack apparently left behind when this camp was abandoned. I should search the pack. The pack contains some dried meat, a few pieces of fruit, and a handful of root vegetables. It also contains a signet that identifies it as having belonged to a member of the Fighters Guild. I should look around and see if I can determine what happened to the Fighters Guild members. Finding this pack ends the zone quest, the Moonless Walk, and starts the subsequent quest into the woods. Looking around, we notice a strange orb flying around the area, but when we try to interact with it, nothing happens. Investigating the campsite a bit more, we find Captain Alfrey's journal. Reading it, something definitely went wrong with the portal spell. Instead of arriving in Coldharbour as an invading force to be reckoned with, we wound up scattered to the four winds. I am now a captain without a command. The others that appeared with me, we've been fighting or running since we got here. We finally found a relatively safe spot on the edge of a dark forest and decided to set up camp. This is the first time since we arrived that I felt safe enough to just sit down and record my thoughts. Time seems to flow differently in this realm. Sometimes it feels like we've been here for a few hours, and other times I could swear we've been here for days. The mission has turned into a colossal failure. Instead of stepping through the portal together, we were thrown in all directions, strewn about, like so many dry leaves in a bitter wind. Luck was with me, though. I landed in the company of Camus the Khajiit. If only the rest of my luck had turned out as well. We found ourselves in a strange ruin east of this camp. There were cold flame atronachs everywhere, intent on roasting us to a very fine blue crisp. We dispatched a couple of the creatures before we were forced to turn tail and run. For some reason, however, as we got close to the forest, the atronachs stopped chasing us. They suddenly seemed to lose interest in us and return to the ruin. Well, I guess I should stop writing now and help finish setting up our camp. I'll write more after we get some sleep. provided nothing terrible happens to us in the interim. We were awakened after a few hours, minutes, days of sleep by voices. There seemed to be people in the shadows of the woods talking, whispering. We can hear them, but the voices aren't distant enough to make out any actual words. Or maybe it's just a language that none of us has ever heard of before. I'm not sure. Every so often, though, we clearly hear something that sounds like a cry for help. Every time we hear that desperate cry, we think of our missing allies. It could be some of them, lost in those dark woods. They might be hurt, or in danger, or, well, anything could be happening in there. Camus and I have decided to head into the forest and find the source of those pitiful cries. I'm going to leave my journal here in case any other members of our expedition come across this camp. We'll try to leave a trail so that you can follow our path. We're going to head west and then southwest, so follow after us if you can. Here's something else you need to know. Camus discovered that if you touch one of the wisps that float among the trees, you glow and get a temporary source of light. Perfect for finding your way through these shadowy woods. I suggest you make liberal use of the wisps if you're going to try to meet up with us. Well, it's time to go. I hope to see you soon, and may the 8 watch over us all. Well, we finally discovered what these balls of lights are all about. Apparently, they can give us a type of light source. I never really needed them, though, as we ventured into the woods in search of the Fighters Guild members that are missing. Heading to the southwest, we overhear somebody say,
"These swords, they must be a clue. Now where did those fools run off to?"
Who is that? As we approach where she was, we find a sword. This sword appears to have been deliberately placed just so that its blade points in a specific direction. Continuing on, now following this apparition, this ghostly figure, whoever this might be.
These poor creatures. Just slaughtered. Nothing ever changes.
We finally find her just a short distance away. Fighting through the creatures of this realm, we make our way over to her.
By Ifra's hairy feet, you outsiders just keep showing up.
I'm looking for my allies.
You and everyone else in this forest, it seems. My clan has already declared your allies to be trespassers. You don't want to know what we do to trespassers. The Shadow Walkers will catch them. They always do.
So, they're gonna kill them?
Does a fuzzy newt goat have 7 toes? Don't look at me like that. It's a perfectly appropriate analogy. Anyway, I hope I reach them before the hunters do. Otherwise, your allies don't stand a chance.
Why do you want to find them?
Because I'm tired of seeing people get hurt. Ugh. Things need to change around here. We've already spent way too much time talking about fuzzy newt goats. I really need to get moving.
Fuzzy newt goats. How are you going to find them?
Have you noticed the swords left near these campfires? I think your companions are trying to tell us something. I'm going to keep looking for them. If I can reach them before the hunters, they might just get out of this forest alive.
Yeah. Alright, thanks.
Keep your eyes open and your weapon ready. The shadows here are not your friend.
She leaves us with a ominous warning. Heading northwest, we fight through a few more of the monsters of the area before coming across another blade on the ground. While examining it, we're attacked by shadow walkers.
More outsiders. Show them the penalty for entering the Moonless walk.
They appear to be part of Farinel's clan that she warned us about. Finding this blade completes this part of the quest. Following the blade, it points us to the southeast and we find Farinel not far away. Fighting off 2 more Sprian, I finally level up to level 48. Yay! I have a choice of strong glyph for this level. I choose a strong glyph of increased magical harm that adds 159 spell damage at level 40. I add a attribute point to Magicka and then level up a few of my skill lines. I concentrate on leveling up some of the passive skill lines. I upgrade my Elemental Storm ultimate ability under my Destruction staff and place that on my backup. And then I discovered that I needed to upgrade all of my soul magic skill line. I think I lost this when I accidentally used a clear skill points roll, and I had to redo all of my skills, and I must have forgotten about my soul skills. So I upgraded all of those before we continued on. Continuing east, we see another campfire in the distance, and Farinell has beat us to it.
You need to be alive. You have to be. I need you to help me. I didn't do it. I swear. He was like this when I found him. This poor soldier. He didn't have to die. At least the Khajiit got away. How long can he manage to survive, though? I don't know. My clan can be very persistent.
Why is your clan hunting these soldiers?
Because we made a stupid deal long time ago. We became the guardians of this forest in exchange for power and immortality. But look at the cost. Now the Shadow Walkers hunt anyone who dare sets foot in these woods.
I need to help the Khajiit.
There might still be a way to save the other soldier, the Khajiit. But you need to trust me. I won't oppose my clan directly. They're my family. But I can help you find your friend. I just want to make sure no one else gets hurt.
What do you want me to do?
The Shadow Walkers use runners to search the forest, but you'll never see them. They become one with the shadows, all but invisible when the clan is on high alert. There is a way to see the runners, though.
Well, how can I see these invisible runners?
You need to collect the bark of a Spriggan. The bark's magic allows the creatures to... how should I put this? Feel their way through the dark woods. Infuse the bark with the wisps of light, and you should be able to spot the runners.
I need to know more before I agree to this.
Your friend is out there, being hunted by my people as we speak. If you have questions, ask them quickly so we can get back to the task at hand.
Alright, tell me about your people.
My clan is ancient, older than you can even imagine. Our tree mender tells stories of the before time, when we lived under the bright skies in the lush forests of Valenwood.
How did you wind up in Coldharbour?
According to the stories, the Daedric prince unleashed his fury upon Valenwood. Instead of fighting back, my ancestors decided to offer their allegiance to the prince. And here we are.
So your ancestors just gave up?
Gave up. That's one way to look at it. Another way is to see a clan that wanted not only to survive, but to gain a significant advantage. The Shadow Walkers love power. In exchange for servitude, we were promised power over our enemies.
But you're different, right?
I explained this to you already. I'm tired of darkness and false promises. Molag Bal gave us power, but he keeps us trapped here. What good is power if we're stuck in this realm forever? I want to see clear skies and stars in the night.
Alright, well, here's the bark.
Just scrape a bit off the top end. There. An old trick I learned living so long in this dreadful place. My friends thought it was funny to hide from me, so I'd use this to see them. It also has an interesting side effect.
Side effect?
While it allows you to see anyone hiding in the Shadow Realm, it also masks your presence from them. I've used this method to avoid patrols and sneak out of the forest. It really works. But remember, the effect is temporary. It doesn't last long.
So how does this work?
Touch the bark to a wisp of light, and then cross the bridge. The runners are searching for the remaining soldier. When you spot a runner, follow him. He should lead you right to your friend. And if the effect runs out, just touch another wisp.
Ending our conversation with Farinell, we can turn towards the closest wisp, touch it, and see ourselves begin to glow. If we look around the area, we'll see a Shadow Walker that is no longer hidden from us, but we are hidden from him. It takes us a few minutes, but we finally spot the Shadow Runner east of the camp.
There has to be something out there. Where in Ifri's name is... Why are the creatures acting so strangely today? I could have sworn I heard something. What's all that noise out there?
We follow him around as he searches for these unseen noises. He's so confused. I carefully wade around the monsters of the area so that I don't get stuck fighting them, as he may get away, and I have to recharge my wisp light every once in a while by touching those lights of wisp. I think the wisp of light may give you a bit of invisibility against the monsters of the area, but they've also attacked me while also sometimes not really noticing I'm there. So that was an interesting insight.
Oh, I heard something.
The runner pauses after a while, and I'm caught by one of the shadowy elves of the area. Fighting him, I'm happy that I didn't run out of the wisp light, and the shadow runner continued on, and I was able to recharge at the next wisp light we found.
What's all that noise out there?
Finally, the shadow runner reaches his goal, and we find the Khajiit trying to get into the tower for some reason.
Give us the cat, Snake, and we'll end your
Leave
life
the
quickly.
outsider alone, Warm Bloods. You will not harm him.
This one knows there is an entrance to the tower somewhere nearby. Come, must get in.
We decide to go ahead and break up this odd party. The Lamia and the Khajiit take off in another direction while we fight the shadowy wood elves.
Come, outsider. While they are distracted, we shall find a safer place.
Heal me! Move!
Finishing them off, we can head just to the left side of the tower, southwest, and the Lamia and the Khajiit are behind a huge boulder.
I will help the Khajiit elf. I know the best way into the tower.
The Lamia seems to be trying to convince the wood elf that she is the better choice to assist us into the tower. First, we will speak with the Khajiit and see how he is doing.
This one does not understand the game the little elf and the snake thing are playing. But we have something important to do. We need to get into this tower. The key to our victory. It's in there. I know this to be true.
Tell me what you're talking about.
We heard voices in the woods. We thought it was other members of our expedition calling to us for help. But Captain Alfari figured it out. The voice comes from this tower. Whoever is locked in there needs our help, and he will help us in return.
King Laloriaran Dynar is a prisoner in the tower. We do need to rescue him.
The last Eliad king here? Then Captain Alfari was right.
Yep.
The key to our victory is locked away in that tower.
Why is the Lamia and Veronil arguing?
This one isn't sure. The little elf appeared out of nowhere. But at least she didn't try to kill Kabul like the other elves did. They both claim to know how to get inside the tower, but Kamu doesn't trust either one of them.
Well, head for the city to the east. It's safe there. I'll investigate the tower.
A safe haven in this place. Kamu looks forward to seeing such a thing. Let me rest for a moment before I head out. I wish I could go with you, but until my injuries heal, I would only slow you down. Good luck, my friend.
Do you have any advice before you head to the city?
This one doesn't know very much about this area, but this one always has opinions. Ask what you will, and I will answer. It's the least I can do.
What do you know about the Lamias?
When we were searching the woods, we ran into a few snake things. They attacked us when we got too close. They never seemed to actively hunt us, though. And of course, that snake thing over there helped Camus. I did notice something else, however.
And what was that?
When we were resting at one of the campfires, a group of snake things rushed toward us. But they didn't attack us. They charged the elves sneaking around our camp. The two groups don't seem to like each other. They may even be at war.
And what do you know about the Wood Elves?
The little elves are ruthless killers. They call themselves the Shadow Walkers. As far as this one can tell, they hunt and kill anything that enters these dark woods. They never even gave us a chance to beg for our lives before they killed our Thori.
And what about Farinell?
Camus never saw her before. She stepped out of the shadows, but she didn't attack immediately. It is apparent to this one that she is anxious about something, and she seems eager to help us. Perhaps too eager, if you know what Camus means.
Okay, well thanks. If I had to ask one of them for help, who would you choose?
Oh, what a choice. Like deciding whether to roast slowly or leap right into the flames. There is no good answer. But if we were seeking allies, Camus would choose the elves. They are strong and capable. They could be a great help against Molag Bal.
Not the Lamias?
Well, the friendly snake thing did help me. We shouldn't dismiss them out of hand. They lack organization and fighting skills. But Camus can't deny their ferocity. Perhaps they are worthy of consideration as well.
Gathering this information, it appears we must now make a choice as to who might help us into the tower, the Lamias or the Wood Elves. Let's talk to Farinell first. She's been helping us out a little bit. Let's see what she has to say.
I know you can't forgive my clan for what it's done, but they adhere to an ancient promise that will never come to pass. I can help you, though. No one knows that tower better than I do, but I need to ask for your help in return. It's important.
What do you need my help for?
You have to help me convince my clan to break this ages-old agreement. We've guarded these woods and that cursed tower, assuming that one day Molag Bal would reward us and let us return to Valenwood. But that's never going to happen.
How can I change the minds of the Shadow Walkers?
Like me, you've been outside this forest. You know about Molag Bal's plan. You know about the plane meld. You have to tell them that our agreement is worthless. How can we ever return to Nirn if Molag Bal destroys it?
And what about the Lamia and her people?
Those monsters. We've been at war with them for ages. My people will never listen to you if you take their side. The Shadow Walkers are powerful. We would be of great help to you, but only if you aid me and convince my people.
And why should I help you and not the Lamia?
You've seen my people fight. We're trained to kill. It's what we do. Maybe if you can show them that Molag Bal has been using us, lying to us, maybe they'll see his treachery for what it is and join your cause.
Alright, I'll take this into consideration. I need to talk to the Lamia before I make a decision.
We shall help you enter the tower, but first you must help us against these foul wood elves. Do not listen to their lies. They murder our children for no reason. Please, you must help me save the little ones.
The Wood Elves are killing your children?
We never asked to be dragged into Coldharbour. We never made a deal with the Daedric Prince. But ever since we got here, the Wood Elves raid our nests and slaughter our children. This cycle of murder needs to end.
Why do you need my help? You seem like a strong, ferocious race.
You are a hero. You stride through Coldharbour with confidence.
Yeah.
And not even the Wood Elves can touch you. You can win this battle for us, and we will be in your debt. We will show you how to enter the tower, even help you in your mission.
And what about the Wood Elf and her people?
They are monsters. They destroy our eggs and slaughter my people. If you aid the Wood Elves, we can never trust you. The Lamias are powerful. We would be of great help to you, but only if you help us end our war with the Wood Elves.
I weigh the options here, and seeing as the Wood Elves had a choice as to join forces with Melgval, and they joined him freely to begin with, and seeing as Farinell is the only one here of her people who seems to have suddenly gained a conscience of the whole fact, I've decided to side with the Lamia, as they had no choice be captured and to come here, and the Wood Elves are killing their children, and that does not seem right. And so I say to Tzik'nith the Lamia, very well, I'll help you.
You will? We have waited such a long time for someone to aid us in our struggle. You have made me very happy, outsider. Now we can get our children back. Now we can have our revenge. The vile and ruthless Wood Elves smash our eggs just because they feel threatened by our numbers. They even hold some in their dwellings, using them as hostages against us. This is not a way to live. We must get our eggs back.
Alright, where are the Wood Elves keeping your eggs?
They keep our eggs in their camps, holding them to keep us docile. They force us to stay near our own nests, hunting us down if we wander too far. We want our children back. We need our eggs.
If I rescue your eggs, you'll show me how to get into the tower?
The tower. Yes, the tower. We will help you with that, and so much more. But all of our eggs must be returned.
Alright, I will recover your eggs.
They hide our eggs in their filthy camps. You must enter their homes to rescue our children, but be very careful. Such an intrusion will result in great pain and death if they catch you.
Alright, and when I'm done, how do I return the eggs to you?
I will find you near the Wood Elves' camp. I have ways of moving through the forest unseen. Can be dangerous, but worth the risk. I will do anything to get our children back.
Asking once more, what do I get out of this again? Just to clarify.
I will show you how to get into the tower, full of shiny treasures, I'm sure. And we will become your allies against the Daedric Prince, even fight at your side if that is what you wish.
Wait, outsider. A moment more of your time.
Turning, we go and talk to Farinell.
I get it. My people killed one of your own. They aren't evil, though. You have to understand. We signed a pact to protect this forest. The Shadow Walkers believe that if they fail to honor that agreement, we're all doomed.
They tried to kill me too, you know?
Well, yes. I can't argue with that. I understand why you'd want to side with these creatures. I also know you need to get their eggs back. But my people don't need to die while you do it. Recover the eggs, but don't hurt my people.
You're asking for a lot.
I'm not asking for anything you can't do. And I'll go with you when you're done, to help. Have been planning to leave anyway, so now's as good a time as any. You can use me, just don't kill any Shadow Walkers. Please.
And how do I get into a camp full of Wood Elves without killing any of them?
The Shadow Walkers watch the forest, but they're too confident. They leave our camps practically undefended. You could sneak in, get the eggs, and get out. You can do it. I know you can. Please, just consider what I'm asking.
Well, I guess I can understand she doesn't want to see all of her people slaughtered. So we will do our best not to kill any of her clan. This ended the quest into the woods. Our loot item was the Fighters Guild Visor, a medium Khajiit helmet, that has maximum health, increases the armor value, and it's part of the Stygen set. It adds spell damage, maximum stamina, maximum magic. While you are sneaking or invisible at 5 items, your damage done with magicka abilities is increased by 20%. You received this visor after traversing the Moonless Walk and in locating Sergeant Camus of the Fighters Guild. In choosing sides with the Lamia, we have started the quest in unusual circumstance. If we had chosen sides with Farinell, we would have started the quest The Shadow's Embrace, in which Farinell asks us to convince the Wood Elves to leave the forest and stop working for Molag Bal, and we would have received the same loot. So the only difference would have been which of the two groups may help us fight Molag Bal at the end. The Lamia will, since I chose them, but it could have been the Wood Elves if I would have chosen Farinell. But that's all the time I have for today. So our expedition into the Wood Elves' home to collect these stolen Lamia eggs and encroaching into the tower to rescue King Dynar will have to wait until next episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.